Today I am going to be braiding some garlic. Hey everybody, Katie here and welcome to our bubble. Today I am going to be braiding some garlic. This is one of the best ways to store your garlic through the winter, and I like to hang it in the kitchen as a trophy. So let's just get right to it. Before we get started with our braid, we do need to clean up the garlic a little bit. Not only does it make it more visually appealing, but we are checking for worms or rotten spots, and those need to be taken care of. We don't want to store them that way. If it's rot, it can spread. If it is garlic worms, they will just move on to the clove next door if not removed. And then they get gushy and stinky, and we don't want that. So I have already cleaned up some. This is an example of one that I cleaned up. This one, I took it down a little too far. So I'm actually going to take this one into the kitchen. The garlic is actually exposed and not covered by the dried outer layer. So this is going to go in the kitchen. We don't want to put this in our braid. Another one we don't want to put in our braid is the red garlic that I grew is a soft neck garlic. I don't really have a problem with soft neck garlic going in my braid, but this one, if you look, that's from the garlic worm, and there's a big mushy rotten spot. So I think all of this garlic, there's a few that look like that. This one as well, that's a big rotten spot. These are going to go into the kitchen and be broke up. Another thing we want to do when preparing it, as well as, see how lovely that is? So as well as taking off some of the layers, we want to trim off some of the ugly root base on the bottom. And just because it makes it look nicer. You don't have to do that. That's just what I choose to do. I have decided that the red garlic I grew, because the only ones I'm having problems with as far as the garlic worms are the red soft neck. And so I think for planting in the fall, I am only going to save the white hardneck. That is normally all I've ever grown. I've always had wonderful success with it. Now, they have been sitting in the shed for a month, drying out. So that's why we're getting into the preservation of them today. I have one that I already loosely made. It's nice to braid them because they look so nice. You don't have to do this. You can just cut off the head, leave a little neck, and throw them in just a container that they could breathe, and you should be pretty good to go. So, but today we're going to braid them. And to make things a little easier, I am going to use a little bit of our yarn. We're doing a typical braid. If you have braided your hair, or for the men out there, if you have braided your daughter's hair, we're just doing a regular braid. There's no sense in making it difficult. Okay. Nothing has to be perfect here. So we've got our 3 going. Now these have already been cleaned up and the ends cut off, cleaned up well enough. Like I said, you don't want to go down too far. We're going to start with the one in the middle and just add to each side. The fun part is holding on to all of it while you keep going. So I added one to the left, and we're going to go ahead and tuck it. And we're going to add another one to the right. And I'm going to go ahead and add my other left, which was my middle. And then we're going to braid it. This does take a little bit of hand strength. Okay, so one in the middle. I'm going to put this on the left and one on the right. And we're going to do one on the left and one on the right. And one in the middle. We got a big space over here. So we're going to do one on the left. One on the right. One in the middle. And then we're going to leave it at that because it's very thick and hard to manage. We're going to go on and continue our braid up a little bit. Oops. And we're going to tie it off. At this point, we're going to clean up our ends of our braid and we're done. So when I was getting everything ready to come in the house, I realized that a skate got away from me. And I don't know if you've ever let your garlic bloom, but the blooms they're not overly pretty, but they look like tiny garlic. And I'm going to show you. So see? And they even already have a little sprout on them and they are ready to go. Isn't that fun? So your scape, if you don't eat it, it is the bloom and it turns into itty bitty garlic. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today, and I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.